You know, double. Beat me in it.
Big East Monday Night Basketball on the Tanner Sports Network.
Metro Sports presents the Big East Saturday afternoon game of the week.
The Big East Television Network presents Big East Basketball.
The Big East has been a remarkable phenomenon. I think it was created for television because Dave Gavitt had the foresight to select certain markets and campuses where the student body would lend a lot of enthusiasm. And when we think of 20, 30 years ago, whenever they started a conference, it took years for them to ever become accepted. But I think the Big East was an overnight success.
They were just formed at the right time, in the right place, with the right markets, at the right moment, right before ESPN.
I never expected the off-floor recognition to happen so quickly. That's the cameras, the lights, the media, the coverage, the kids bigger than life.
Sleepy Floyd, underhand and in. What a back-breaking basket by Eric Sleepy Floyd.
And a beautiful steal by Sanifer.
Being eaten alive in the backcourt.
4 points for him now. Here comes Granger on the run. Takes it all the way through. Played by Stu Granger. 27 seconds. It's a Russell. This crowd will explode. Clark's done well off the boards. Here goes Bagley again. Oh, nice floater. John Bagley. Isn't that beautiful?
Outstanding talent. He's a one-man fast break.
Maybe they're blowing the whistle and we can't hear it. No, I got it. A steal by Calandrillo. Two more. Coming down to 6 minutes. Pannone wants it. Pannone got it. Is there any question he wants it?
One timeout left now, and Villanova with three. Shea's going to the hoop. Big bucket by Dan Shays, and he surprised Villanova.
Minutes. Seton Hall has managed his 13. Look out. Showtime. Two.
Throw it through and put it into the nail on the floor. Oh. That's a guard, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Gilroy to McCoy. That's your play of the game right there. The crowd comes alive. Gilroy to McCoy. Put that one on the late news. Inside Brewitt challenges Ewing, scores it, and the foul on Ewing. What a play.
Most importantly, in our first year, the game that everyone remembers was the famous Georgetown Syracuse game to break the Manly Fieldhouse streak, and that was on in New York City, live at 8 o'clock, as well as Boston, Washington, Syracuse, and Providence in Connecticut. That was, as I look back, a major, major stepping stone for us.
Georgetown and Syracuse. At Manly, it was going to be the last game ever played in Manly Fieldhouse, and they had won something like 57 or 58 games in a row. If Syracuse won, they won the league, and if Georgetown won, it was a triple tie.
I will forget that night that I was getting ready for the game, that they had the TV on and in Manly, and the place was packed and they were screaming, and I said, oh my Lord, what am I walking into now?
I remember that all too well. That's one of the games I do remember.
Tell me about it. Tell me what you...
Well, they had that amazing streak up there, and they were a phenomenal team at that point with, I think they had Eddie Moss and Marty Head.
Syracuse bolted out to a great lead. I remember Eddie Moss had a great first half. They were up like 34-16 or something at the half, and the place was going bananas, and then all of a sudden the Hoyas came back and Sleepy Floyd won it with a couple of free throws with about 6 seconds to go.
I think we definitely have a rivalry, and I think that probably because I opened my big mouth and said that Manly Fieldhouse has now been officially closed.
East was the talk of the town at the time amongst the high school guys, and I mean, we were all dying to go to Big East schools, especially me, and I mean, the Big East was just huge. Watching Georgetown and Syracuse play, you know, those were the big schools at the time playing, so it had to be Big East or nothing else.
one recruiting year that they had that really turned everything around was the Ewing, Mullin, Pinckney recruiting year. It changed the face of Eastern basketball probably forever and created a situation where the Big East would be a dominant conference.
He was the guy. I mean, there were other great players that came into the league and had a lot of influence, but we'll always be indebted, I think, to the rise of the Big East in a large extent because of Patrick Ewing.
Syracuse down 3. This is a 4-on-2. Jackson to Ewing. Oh, my!
I'm looking for a coach that will teach me more than I know now, to help me make pro if that's where I'm supposed to go, or help me with my schoolwork. So if I don't make pro, I'll have something to look forward to after I graduate from college.
The reason why I chose to go to Georgetown was because I felt like Coach Thompson played the position, and he knew, what I needed to learn to put me to the next level.
I think it worked out because Patrick is a very special human being, and I think and has tried to do the things the best way he could in developing himself as a young person. Did it at Georgetown, did it in high school, and now is doing it in professional basketball.
Mullin blocked by Ewing. Patrick's done everything but blow the balls up for today's game. What a pass and another block.
He had everything, that I wish I had and I couldn't do.
Whittington got it back, and Ewing just slapped it away again. Another block by Ewing.
Patrick has always been a problem and always will be a problem. He's so big, he's so good, he jumps, he rebounds, he hustles.
He needs a little bit of a rush right now.
Ewing stays with it. Wild shot by Talley. McCready. And there's another block by Ewing. Now Rounds. They're getting second chances now. Another block by Ewing.
Dominated the game more than any single individual I've ever seen.
Wingate against Primus. Ewing comes in strong. Oh, my.
I mean, you were excited to play against him, and then again, you didn't want to play against him. He was just fabulous. He altered the game.
The Eagles led it 15-4 at one point. Look at that block by Ewing. And Ewing and Clark fight for it, and it's called Georgetown ball. What effort by Ewing.
Once Patrick gets the ball down on the blocks, it's really all she wrote. He got inside position. He caught Pinckney on the outside of him. Just forget it.
Wingate immediately double-team baseline. Gets it off for Ewing. Working Addison. 2.
Send it in, Patrick.
Here come the Hoyas again. Brown. That was on purpose. We saw him run the floor as a 7-footer. We saw him dive for loose ball, moving without the ball. Dalton with the ball. Look at Ewing. Backward stuff. Amazing.
You still read Georgetown box scores in the paper?
Oh yeah, I watch every time they're on TV and I'm able to watch it. I'm right there. The adrenaline starts flowing. I wish I was right there. I wish I was there playing again.
I think if you're in this business, you want to see the best. You want to play against the best, and because you want to try to be the best. And so, maybe you don't want to play against Chris Mullin every night, but twice a year is a tremendous challenge, and you're trying to beat him, trying to beat the best.
I think he was born with that fine touch.
He has hit his last 23 free throws, 42 out of 44. Is that a little bit of a distraction there?
He had the attitude where he's in the gym all the time. He's working out. And as a freshman, we came in and we wanted to hang out and have fun, and Chris was in the gym a lot. And it was contagious.
I'm a youngster, and I'm a freshman at St. John's, and I'm looking at Chris Mullins and say, wow, this guy has the greatest jump shot I've ever seen in my life. And then we practiced for 2 hours. He strokes the jumper, and it hits bottom of the net every time. And the whistle blows at the end of practice, and 11 guys go take a shower, 11 guys go home and do their homework and everything. But night in and night out, one guy stayed after, and that one guy was Chris Mullins. And he stayed after and stroked the jumper and got better and better.
And there was no doubt in my mind that he was going to be a great player. What really amazed everybody that he did from the beginning, right away, he made his impact.
Here, all of a sudden, is a guy that's sort of the darling of the New York set, and later became a darling of the whole conference. When I say that darling, I say it affectionately because he obviously beat so many teams, but he did it so nicely.
Ronnie Stewart, air ball. Mullin fights for a rebound.
rebound, gets it to Wennington. What a play by Mullin.
Here comes Adams again with the Pistons always pumping. Mullin ahead of the field, being chased. Chris Mullin trying to bring St. John's back to life.
He just wouldn't back off, and he'd keep coming after you. He plays 40 minutes a game. You knew he was going to try to do that. You thought you could wear him down, but you never wore him down.
About as good a college player as there was.
14, 9 to 12, isn't that bad? Oh, tough shot.
And a great shot by Chris.
There are a lot of creative players now. A lot of players who come in and do things like Michael, or attempt to do things like Michael Jordan or Dr. J, but you just don't see the guy that shoots the basketball outside in college basketball anymore like Chris Mullin.
Here's Mullin. Mullin, if he's loose there, is going to score, and does. And then all of a sudden, they started shooting and hitting from the perimeter and began to run away from everybody. Tonight, they've been trying to get it to Ewing as Mullin hits again. Now count them up. That's 7 baskets. Mullin's going to take the shot. Yes!
To me, you could play well against a lot of teams, but to play well against Georgetown was to prove something.
Regardless of what defense we threw at him or how we tried to trap him or how we tried to put pressure on him, he still was able to come out and have a fine performance.
USA Today rates its high school basketball teams. 3 of the top 4 are in this area.
Oh, what a pass! Tremendous awareness, Jim. Recognition. Just a great pass by Mr. Mullin. You be the judge. Look at that behind-the-back pass by Mullin. The easiest part is the slam dunk for Mr. Wennington. He should go over and hug Chris Mullin.
6 points for Wennington.
Take another look, Jim. Look at that pass. There is no doubt that Chris Mullin is going to make some NBA coach mighty happy.
The history of St. John's, you got to put him right up there. Right up there at the top. It's very difficult to leave him off that. And that's quite a, it's quite a statement. You go back in the history of 70, 80 years. He's right up there.
When I look back, like my years at St. John's and the Big East, it's just like, it was the greatest time of my life. It really was.
I think people are too quick to call this the Ewing Mullin era. People forget the number of great players that came into that league in that same time span and really established the Big East as a national conference from top to bottom.
Big offensive rebound for Eddie.
Look at this, Michael Adams coming in. Look at him. Oh, he loves the pressure. Oh, he'll take it all away.
Jim, they opened up the court. That's his game, baby.
McLeod. Thunderdome. They came back to beat Providence after trailing by 14. Now Vaughn providing it. 1-point ball game.
David Wingate, one of the great athletes in this conference, if not the country.
And a steal by Kelly. And the little freshman guard goes in and puts it in backwards. And the steal again by Addison and the jammer.
Relentless trapping pressure, Jim. Mullin breaks it, and Mullin's going to take the shot. And here's Wennington stuffing it. Providence trying to cut it in half. Thorpe, great athletic ability there, believe me.
Jensen to Presley, and the reverse slam brings them to their feet at the Spectrum.
Walter Berry with an offensive rebound.
Oh, what a move! Inside a 3-man. What a move! Here's Granger. Look at him get up the floor. 3-on-1. McLean. So Martin Clark, who is 3 of 5 from the line. A sensational finish. 4 seconds left. Syracuse 73. Boston 73. Syracuse, the last shot. Washington, 2 seconds. A foul ends it. At the buzzer from midcourt.
The Pro was entertaining, and I love entertaining players.
Jackson slapped away by Cycling. Here's Addison, lead to the Pearl.
There's an old saying about having more moves than the Egyptian belly dancer.
Washington. Just watch him, that's all. Just watch him. Foul on Rowan.
Everybody said that, you know, you don't want to play against him because he's going to break your ankle.
Alexis just threw it away. Pearl says, well, I'll just take it back. I was supposed to get it, and scores 2 more.
Look at the smile on his face, too.
My memories of Pearl are kind of funny. I'll never forget the Big East final where he had the great game against Georgetown.
Washington the rebound. The Orange can take the lead. Here goes the Pearl. Over to Curran.
I'll never forget he made a great play on Gene Smith, threw the legs a couple of times, and then scores. And
inside of 20 seconds on the 45-second clock, the Pearl goes to work. He's got it!
Absolutely sensational. Showing it all.
I don't think that people understand how significant the Carrier Dome has been to our success. It's perception once again. It was a sense of bigness, and with that the idea came first class and special and different, and kids all of a sudden want to play in the Carrier Dome.
You are now looking in on history in the making. Over 32,000 fans have jammed into the Carrier Dome in Syracuse, New York.
You know, we were hoping for 15,000 people a game. If we could ever get to 15,000, we'd be as happy as could be.
Step inside the Carrier Dome now. We are expecting a crowd which will approach 33,000. In fact, Syracuse has been averaging more than 25,000 fans per game.
What I do is I take my hearing aids off. That's the first thing. I take them right out. That's important.
Frenzy, crazy.
I like to get everybody into the game. I mean, not only the players, but like to get the fans. I mean, they pay their money to come and see us, so we just try to give them a show.
The crowd were very active inside. Wow! Oh! Wow, baby! Derek!
I have to watch myself. When I go out, I don't look around too much. You know, I think it's like the guy up on top of the tall building, you know, and they tell you don't look down. Well, you know, I just try to focus on the basketball court and not pay too much attention to the 32,000 people there.
That probably was one of the best games ever played, I guess, in the Big East annuals. You know, it was, we had it won twice, and they had it won twice, and they finally won it the third time.
They're looking for the best possible shot.
It appears that they want the last one. Boy, does that take guts. No.
And we're tied at 62. All is set as he hands to Stuart Granger. And the bad pass falling short. Sinkowitz, off the front of the rim. Sinkowitz off the front of the rim with the hook heave, and we go to overtime. Minute 20 remaining. The steal by Sanford. The tip by Moss, and we're tied. We're tied at 70. They can't locate the shot. Here it is, Granger. And we go to a second